Hi guys. So I had a little bit of a philosophical thought debate, whatever you want to call it, in my brain last night during class. And I just wanted to quickly share it with you guys. The class was my Intro to Group Dynamics course that I'm taking this semester. And we were talking about societal norms. Um, and it really dawned on me how many different types of norms I, us in my family, whatever you want to say, participate in on a daily basis. Um, because there's the, societal norms that everybody follows the rules for the most part and all this kind of stuff. But what is normal in our family, within our household, is very, very different from what other people experience. For example, other people that do not have children with special needs or specifically with autism like we do. And sorry, I'm just moving this iPad around. Um, it was very, very apparent to me how different our norm is. Once we moved into this home, and we've been here for 3.5 years now, and people started coming over and visiting more and all this kind of stuff, and it was so funny. I remember it as if it was yesterday when kind of once we got settled here, and one of the times that my boyfriend came over, one of the first times, because this house, my son just does circuits around kind of the inside of the house because there's like the main walls, I guess you can call it, on the main floor there. And I didn't think anything of this. This is a norm in our world. And my boyfriend was just standing there going, "What is he doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, yeah, that's not something that other people experience. No, this is just a norm that we have in our world. It's just kind of the way it is." Sorry, my finger keeps getting stuck and hurting, and there we go. Okay, I'm better now. And we were talking, like, one of the examples that was being given in class is kind of what's the societal norm that is that kids in elementary school go through, and it's raise your hand before you speak, line up, ask for permission to go to the bathroom, listen to the teacher, sit in your desk, all this kind of stuff. And it was so hard for me to not like be laughing my head off, to be honest. I mean, yes, my daughter in mainstream school, so in regular schooling, does follow all of those norms and the expectations and all this kind of stuff. My son's classroom, though, like, if all of them are sitting down at the same time, that's a success for the day. Like, it reinforced with me how different, but yet, how normal it is that we experience these changes in very kind of average situations, like going to school. I mean, some people would look at my son's class and just go, "What on earth is going on in there? It's absolute chaos and whatever," because the kids are running here and running there, and there's a swing in his classroom. Well, not in the classroom, like in the actual academic classroom, but in the gross motor area. There's a swing in there. There's like tunnels to go through. There's a snoozlin room, all this kind of stuff, right? And that's normal for him. As far as he's concerned, that's what school is. And so just, having this discussion last night in class about societal norms and why people comply or do not comply with these societal norms, it was a very, very interesting philosophical, not even debate, just discussion, and how kind of groups interact or are successful or not successful because of these norms. And I mean, some of the big things for groups to be successful are communication, understanding of societal norms, all these things that our kids with autism need to either learn or cannot learn. Like my son, he can speak. He just doesn't really see the point as to why he needs to. But stuff like being able to follow along in a regular mainstream classroom by sitting down, listening to the teacher, doing all of those things that are just kind of expected of kids in class, he just can't do them. So it's interesting because I'm always talking about how our normal is very different in my family than it is in other people's families. And to actually have these very finite points listed in my classroom, and it's like, oh yeah, that's why we have a different norm, and oh yeah, that's also why we have a different norm. So I did bring it up with the class, because I'm a loudmouth that way. And it was interesting, but it also made me realize how many accommodations for new norms we just make in my family. And for people to actually be part of our world, they need to make those same accommodations. And thankfully, we are surrounded by people who have decided to take those accommodations. And thankfully, they also don't make us feel bad about them, which is a pretty amazing thing. And I really, truly appreciate the people in our real life, for example, and my YouTube family, like you guys, to just kind of accept these as being our norms. Would it be easier if we could just follow along with everything in societal norm? Possibly, but I don't know. I don't know that for sure. Would I be a type A parent that was, taking my kids to different activities every single night? Possibly. I have no idea. But this is our norm, and it's a pretty cool norm. Just because other people don't necessarily understand it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Anyway, there's just, some thoughts that went through my head during class last night that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.